Dudamel of Venezuela. And the reason for that, it's because she was very strategic doon sa kanyang mga outfits for her Miss Universe arrival. Kung tignan nyo yung kanyang mga outfits, she posted it actually on her social media account, I think on Instagram as well, na yung prototyping of her outfits were done with zero waste. So ibig sabihin, she did the prototyping via a 3D program. I'm not sure if this is CLO. CLO kasi yung program that I am currently familiar with when it comes to 3D rendering and pattern making. Kasi there are softwares in the fashion business that would automatically pattern your design and at the same time put it up as a 3D garment so that when you print the pattern automatically on fabric, you essentially reduce the sampling process. Kasi in the sampling process, it is most likely that you are using muslin. Cheap na fabric that is usually made of cotton. And muslin, once you've done your draping and your patterns on muslin, at nagawa mo na yung design, which we usually call a toile. It's spelled Toile. When the toile is done, it is perfectly fitted on the whatever body that it's going to be fit in. Yung tela na yon na ginawa mo, tapon na yon. You cannot make that into a prototype garment na pwede mong isuot. No matter how many embellishments that you would put to make it look presentable, hindi mo siya magagamit at all because one, makati ang muslin if it's not lined. So muslin, especially the cheap ones, mabilis magnisnis, maghimulmol yung fabric, and at the same time, hindi siya built for strength ng matagalan. So what Amanda did was to 3D prototype her garments, and at the same time, yung kanyang arrival outfit na mint with black na print is taken inspiration from a Venezuelan tribal group, yung mga patterns na yon, and incorporated that in the design. So essentially, you have here an outfit that is culturally right, who did not culturally appropriate a culture or a tradition of an indigenous na tribe, and at the same time, it eliminated wastage, which is essentially something that you would want in a sustainable na garment. Okay, so that is what makes the arrival outfit of Amanda something to we really look up into for us in the Philippines. Na we might want to copy this kind of campaign later on. Kasi kung technology lang naman ang pag-uusapan, there are applications that could mimic yung ginawa ni Amanda, na you remove the prototyping na aspect of it and create a sustainable na garment. So and I'm sorry if I'm too passionate about this, because sustainable fashion is one of the topics that I taught last semester in one of the schools that I taught in. And isipin nyo, napakalaking conversation niya with regards to Miss Earth and Miss Universe na pageant. So it's something that we need to start normalizing conversations about, because on my end, when I talk to my students with regards to sustainable fashion, pwede naman na hindi ganun ka-advance yung technology mo on sustainable fashion. Pwede naman that you can take items from your wardrobe that is 5 years old and repurpose it to something new, just like what R'Bonney Gabriel is doing. And speaking of arrivals, R'Bonney is actually one of the girls na gusto kong pagtuunan ng pansin dito sa tumatak sa akin, not because of her arrival outfit, not because nagpaandar siya sa kanyang wardrobe or whatnot, but because she drove 5 hours from Texas to Louisiana. And that is so much of a impressive move because the airline industry is one of the industries that has a lot of carbon footprint. And Arbony knowing that perfectly and incorporating that into her Miss Universe journey is so much impressive kasi naisip niya na instead of taking, an hour flight or a 30-minute flight from Houston to NOLA, she would rather choose the lesser carbon footprint of driving from Texas to Louisiana, to New Orleans. And that is impressive, guys. Kasi naisip niya na i-incorporate with all the preparations that she's done for Miss Universe with outfits that are repurposed from old stock fabric. May mga fabric kasi na pag napaglumaan hindi na ibinibenta ng mga fabric jobbers eh. Fabric jobbers are the stores, fabric stores na nagbebenta ng bulto-bulto ng mga fabrics sa mga sa mga designers, brands, etc. And kapag napaglumaan na yung fabric, usually these fabrics are treated for scraps. And Arbony's, way of getting these end of life na mga fabrics and breathing new purpose, new items out of it is such a dedication to her sustainable na thrust for her Miss Universe journey. Kaya that is why I am so impressed when I've read on her Insta na she drove instead of flying, instead of instead of adding to the larger carbon footprint that the airline industry does, kasi malaki ang wastage, malaki ang kinakain na fuel ng mga eroplano if you travel via air, unless it is absolutely necessary. Now, there's no other way to travel, then maintindihan natin yon. But with Arbony, na may option siya between taking a quick flight that spells convenience, she took the longer route at that allows her to have less carbon footprint doon sa kanyang journey. So